based on real events. On the night of April 1st, 2006, Brian, a 27-year-old medical student at Ohio State University, went out with his friend Clint Florence to celebrate spring break. They visited several bars and ended the night at Ugly Tuna Saloona, a popular spot in Columbus, Ohio. Surveillance cameras recorded Brian entering the bar around 1:15 a.m. The two were seen talking to each other. He was last seen talking to two women near the entrance, after which he went back inside. After that, it was like he vanished. No cameras recorded his departure, and despite an extensive investigation, no trace of Brian could be found. Authorities checked nearby exits, thoroughly searched the area, and reviewed records from neighboring businesses, but found nothing. Several theories have been proposed. Some believe Brian was the victim of foul play, perhaps attacked or kidnapped, although no evidence supports this. Others suggest he may have fallen or been injured, but no body was ever recovered. Another theory is that Brian chose to disappear voluntarily, but there were no signs that he planned to abandon his life, especially with a girlfriend and family waiting for him. Brian's father, Randy, searched relentlessly for his son, refusing to give up hope. Tragically, Randy passed away in 2008, still without answers. How do you think? Could Randy have known too much about what really happened to Brian? Based on real events. The story centers around the Pritchard family, who moved into 30 East Drive, Pontefract, in 1966. Joe and Jean Pritchard, along with their children, Philip and Diane, initially experienced minor disturbances, such as strange cold drafts, lights flickering, and unexplained puddles of water appearing. But soon the activity became more sinister. Objects began moving on their own. Furniture was thrown, heavy cupboards shook, and strange knocking sounds filled the house. The family was horrified when they started seeing a dark, hooded figure inside their home, later identified as the Black Monk. Legend suggests this spirit was a 16th century monk who was executed for heinous crimes and buried near the property. The haunting was particularly vicious toward the children, with Diane being the main target. On several occasions, she was attacked, dragged up the stairs by an unseen force, and left with scratches and bruises. The Pritchards sought help from priests and paranormal experts, but the exorcisms only seemed to make the activity more aggressive. Objects were thrown across rooms, strange odors filled the house, and violent poltergeist phenomena plagued the family. Despite their fear, the Pritchards continued to live at 30 East Drive for several years. Then the Pritchard family abruptly moved to a new home, and no one has seen or heard from them since. How do you think? Will they ever reappear? Based on real events. On December 15, 1967, the Silver Bridge connecting Point Pleasant, West Virginia and Gallipolis, Ohio, collapsed into the icy Ohio River during rush hour, killing 46 people. The collapse was a result of a failure in the bridge's structure, specifically the failure of a single eye-bar that led to the entire bridge crumbling under the weight of traffic. In the months leading up to the bridge collapse, residents of Point Pleasant began reporting sightings of a strange creature. Described as a humanoid figure with massive wings and glowing red eyes, the Mothman was seen hovering around the town and even near the Silver Bridge. Encounter with the Mothman occurred just weeks before the collapse. A local man, Roger Scarberry, and his wife were driving near an old TNT factory when they saw a massive figure standing in the middle of the road. As they slowed down, the figure spread its wings and took off, flying alongside their car. Roger described the creature's eyes as glowing like two burning red lights that pierced through the darkness. Terrified, they sped off, but the Mothman kept pace with them before disappearing into the trees. Then, on that fateful December evening, the Silver Bridge collapsed. Eyewitnesses described the scene as chaotic. Cars and trucks plunged into the river, and emergency crews worked frantically to rescue survivors. But tragically, many lives were lost. Do you think the Mothman really disappeared forever? 3 mysteries that still haunt us. Each case raises more questions than answers. Want to learn more about mystical events and unexplained phenomena? Then hit like and subscribe to the channel. The strangest stories are yet to come. Don't miss a single one.